Hi, Texas. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. We're already tracking our next storm for late in the week that'll bring us another chance of rain. We had much needed rain last night and early today, and now another storm system, which is currently in the Pacific Northwest, will be moving into the Northwest come tomorrow morning, and then it will start its journey southward across the Rocky Mountains and eventually out here into the southern plains across the state of Texas. So there goes yesterday's storm system. That moves away. Next storm system drops into the Rockies. Some snow is possible in the Rockies. Look at this southwesterly flow out ahead of that. We'll have beautiful days Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the 70s, and then that storm system sets up here Friday and Saturday, and a blocking high develops out to the east. So the question is, will this storm stick around through Sunday, bringing us chances of rain? Certainly looks like it'll bring us clouds. I think it's going to slowly migrate out of here Sunday, so we're going to continue to have unsettled skies overhead and probably can't rule out a shower or two on Sunday with cool northwest winds behind that low and temperatures likely still in the 60s. Maybe if we can get back to some sunshine by the tail end of the day, we'll see 70 degrees. But this would be the third significant storm that we've had in October. And remember, these storms are all going to repeat. So we're marking down each one of these storms, figuring out the length of the cycle, meaning figuring out the time and length when they will come back in the wintertime and what types of weather they would bring. This type of storm system here would certainly bring us a cold, rainy day where you'd want some chilly for sure in the winter, and if enough cold air is in place, hey, we could be talking about some snow. We're in this third triple dip La Nina here this winter, and so sometimes, occasionally, we'll have snow in winters with La Nina weather patterns. All right, rain chances here next couple of days. Like I said, gorgeous. Nothing tomorrow, Thursday. Friday, that's an 80% chance of rain, and it looks like it could be a potentially all-day rain Friday. So under the lights Friday night, our worst Friday night weather-wise for under the lights. Rain, cold temperatures in the 50s at kickoff, and then that rain sticks around for a portion of Saturday. It may only rain in the morning and then have unsettled skies into the afternoon, but I even think Sunday we might be adding in a 20% chance of rain before it's all said and done, and then things begin to dry out as we get into next week. All right, so there's the storm. Wednesday morning, you can see snow in the Bitterroots. We've got rain coming into the Pacific Northwest. We have snow spreading into the Rockies. They're calling for 4 to 8 inches of snow in the mountains out in parts of Colorado. That storm system begins to move to the south. On Thursday, you can see rain spreading into west parts of Texas, West Texas into western Kansas, out through New Mexico and into the slopes of the Rockies. And then we're going to track this here from Thursday night into Friday. So Thursday at 7, we got a strip of clouds overhead. We have increasing winds out of the south, southwest, not like today, but certainly a possibility. And then look at that rotation, look at that spin right overhead. So that low is just going to spin right overhead Friday night into Saturday. And again, it's going to take a long time till it gets out of here on Sunday. So you're talking about rain Friday, possibly picking up in intensity Friday night. This is Saturday at 1 a.m. So Saturday at 1 a.m., rain, a few thunderstorms, a steady soaking, many hours of rainfall here. This is probably, and I hate to say it, might even be the most beneficial rainfall we've had, certainly in a month. We've had a couple of days where we've had rain here in October, which I'll talk about in just a second. But wow, this is just through Saturday at 1 a.m. We're going to get additional data that will come in and we'll share this with you. We could be talking about 3-4 inches of rainfall common across the area by the time this storm system's done on Saturday. All right, let's look back. Rainfall reports came in. We had about 0.8 of an inch of rain yesterday across the area. So now our October totals in Tyler up to 1.56. Longview, 1.25, but Lufkin still lagging behind with less than an inch of rainfall. And the Lufkin October compared to average is running almost 3 inches below average, and for the year about 10 inches below average, and Longview is about 10.5 inches below average. We had a trace of rain in Tyler back on the 11th. We had 0.8 of an inch of rain on the 16th, and then we had 0.73 of an inch of rain in Tyler on the 23rd. Longview and Lufkin have also had 3 days with rain. Rain chances here, as we talked about, going up again Friday to an 80% chance, Saturday sliding back to a 40% chance, and then next week we're looking at rain chances beginning to dwindle. So rain chances are certainly there, and when we look long term, we're talking about November 4th or November 2nd to November 8th. So the 8 to 14 day outlook near or above average rainfall. So this doesn't include Friday's rain, and this doesn't include anything in the next 7 days. This would be days 8 to 14. So November 2nd to November 8th, another storm system may be dropping into the southern plains, giving us another chance for rain. And so we are near or above average when it comes to rain. Certainly following the La Nina pattern, you've got the northern parts of the United States with that above average rainfall and possibly snow. So we'll call it rain and snow now as we start to get into the later fall months and then eventually into winter. Then we go to the East Coast. It's dry, near average across much of South Texas and West Texas. All right, let's talk about October high temperatures. So far for the month, well, we've had a lot of warm days. In fact, we had a couple of warm days here recently, 86 on Sunday, 78 Monday, with morning lows in the low 60s. Temperatures technically yesterday were above average. Today will fall back below average. We'll get that data all compiled for you and post that on the map. So we've had 5 days where the temperatures have been below average and then 19 days where the temperatures have been above average. All right, but let's look forward. November 2nd to November 8th, above average temperatures are favored. So we have an slightly above average precipitation or rainfall chance, but it does look like it will come with some warmer temperatures. I'm seeing some highs in the 80s as we go through days 8 to 10. And so if you expand that out to days 8 to 14, you're talking about highs generally around 80 degrees. Much cooler air out over the west. We'll see if this can move into East Texas here, maybe after November 8th. But up until November 8th, it does look like the warmer than average temperatures are favored, with warmer than average temperatures likely in Atlanta, Washington, out toward Chicago and New York, and then cool readings coming across in the Rockies. Rockies had a snowfall deficit last year, so getting rainfall this year certainly going to be helpful for them. All right, eye on the tropics. Couple of things to watch. Only about a 10 to 30% chance for development over the next few days, this system and this system. So not a great chance for anything new to develop and move in toward or close to the United States or toward Puerto Rico or even Cuba. So this is just a couple of different systems that are out there in the Atlantic, and they appear weak at this time. Of course, we are past the peak hurricane season, and we also are now past the secondary little peak that pops up. We're starting now to see the trend really ramp down. So starting to see 3 systems in the Atlantic this time of the year is sort of surprising, I guess, from the standpoint that things should be quieting down, and maybe you'd have one or two the rest of the season. But 3 right now, they're unnamed. We'll see if they can get any more named storms. All right, Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. Let's start here with tomorrow, 74 and sunny. Mostly sunny, pleasant on Thursday, 76. We have rain likely on Friday and AM showers likely Saturday. Trying to dry out Sunday, but a lot of clouds around, so it'll improve late in the day, maybe up to 70. Maybe we'll revisit that and add in a 20% chance of rain. Halloween, though, does look very nice. Sunny, warmer Tuesday up to 80, 81 on Wednesday, then low 80s Thursday. Friday, more showers are possible with highs falling back into the lower 70s. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. Have a great night and enjoy the next couple of weather days before that rain moves in on Friday.